I opened my marriage, lost my husband, and now I'm fighting to win him back. Is it too late? My ex-wife Claire left me 2 years ago for this guy named Derek. They met at her gym, started an affair behind my back, and when I found out, she didn't even apologize. Just said she found someone who made her feel alive again. We were married for 8 years. I gave her everything. Nice house, 2 cars, vacations every summer, but apparently that wasn't enough. After the divorce, Claire got half of everything including alimony for 3 years because she hadn't worked in 5 years. Derek moved into an apartment with her, and I had to start over from scratch. Sold the house, split the savings, watched my entire life get divided up by lawyers. It took me almost 2 years to rebuild. I got promoted at work, bought a small condo, started dating again. Life was actually getting better. Then last month, I got a wedding invitation in the mail. Claire and Derek were getting married, and she had the nerve to invite me. My sister said it was probably a power move, a way to show off that she won. I almost threw the invitation in the trash, but then I got an idea. See, Claire didn't know that my promotion came with a pretty big raise. She also didn't know that I'd been dating someone new, a woman named Vanessa who happened to be a corporate attorney making twice what I made. We'd been together for about 6 months and things were going great. I RSVP'd yes and brought Vanessa as my +1. The wedding was at this fancy country club with chandeliers and a live band. Claire's jaw literally dropped when she saw Vanessa walk in wearing a designer dress that probably cost more than Claire's wedding gown. The ceremony was whatever. I barely paid attention, but at the reception, that's when things got interesting. Claire came over to our table during cocktail hour with Derek following behind her like a lost puppy. She was trying to play nice, introducing herself to Vanessa with this fake smile plastered on her face. Then she said something that made me realize she hadn't changed at all. So nice to meet you, Vanessa. I hope you know what you're getting into with this one. He's not exactly husband material. Derek laughed like it was the funniest thing he'd ever heard. Vanessa just smiled and said, funny, I was about to say the same thing about your groom. Claire's face went red, but she recovered quick. She leaned in close to me and whispered, you're still paying my alimony for another year. Enjoy watching me marry someone better than you. That comment stuck with me through dinner. I kept thinking about how she was right. I was still writing her checks every month while she was off living her best life with a guy she cheated on me with. Then the waiter came over and handed me the check. Not for our table, for Claire and Derek's entire wedding party table. All 12 of them. Claire was standing behind the waiter grinning. She'd apparently told him that I offered to cover their table as a wedding gift. The bill was $2,147 for bottles of champagne, lobster, steak, and premium desserts. Everyone at their table was watching, waiting to see how I'd react. Derek had this smug look on his face like he just pulled off the greatest scam in history. Claire was already laughing with her bridesmaids about it. I looked at the bill, then looked at Vanessa. She gave me this little nod like she already knew what I was going to do. I smiled at the waiter and said, no problem at all, happy to cover it. Claire's grin got even bigger. She probably thought she'd embarrass me and got free dinner for her whole wedding party. But then I pulled out my phone and opened my banking app. I showed the waiter my screen and asked him to get the manager. When the manager came over, I explained the situation calmly. I said I'd be happy to pay this bill, but I wanted it documented as a gift from Claire's ex-husband. And since this counts as a financial gift, I'd like it deducted from the remaining alimony I owe her. The manager looked confused, but called over someone from the country club's accounting office. Vanessa, being a lawyer, pulled up the alimony agreement on her phone and showed them the clause about gifts offsetting payments. Turns out, any financial gift I give Claire gets subtracted from what I owe her. It was something my lawyer put in there that I'd completely forgotten about. The waiter walked back over to Claire's table with the updated receipt. He announced loud enough for everyone nearby to hear, ma'am, your ex-husband has generously covered your table's bill of $2,147. Per your divorce agreement, this amount will be deducted from your remaining alimony payments. Would you like a copy for your records? Claire's face went completely white. Derek started sputtering about how that wasn't fair. The bridesmaids went dead silent. I stood up, took Vanessa's hand, and walked over to their table. I placed the receipt right in front of Claire and said, consider this my wedding gift. Only about 10 more payments left now. We left the reception early and went to get ice cream down the street. Vanessa couldn't stop laughing the entire drive. Best $2,000 I ever spent.